3 people are still missing and more than 130 are dead. That has prompted many in Kerr County, one of the state's hardest hit areas, to question why they were not alerted about the potential threat earlier. Since the disaster in Texas's Hill Country unfolded on July 4th, our Scripps News investigative team has been piecing together why a community in Flash Flood Alley was so unprepared when deep, deadly water began rising. With the search for the missing reaching an end, Kerr County, Texas begins digging out, hauling away debris, and memorializing lives lost, all while waiting for answers to mounting questions about the staggering level of loss here and whether those in power could have done more to keep people out of harm's way. The sudden swelling of the Guadalupe River to raging levels caught so many by surprise. We now know Kerr County was never able to build a modern flood warning system with water gauges and sirens that officials here long knew they needed. It was just last year this Kerr County hazard assessment uncovered by Scripps News said it is likely that Kerr County will experience a flood event in the next year. Yet that same document lists a local flood warning system as a deferred project. Local leaders have not yet answered questions about why the county wasn't better equipped to handle a flash flood, such a well-known threat.
We ask for patience in this.
I've been getting death threats. Can you imagine? And people cursing us for decisions that we never had a chance to make, and they're just playing a blame game.
There's people in it.
We do know the National Weather Service sent out flood warnings in the hours before the disaster, but they were not enough. With so few people owning a weather radio and weak cell service in this rural area, preventing wireless alerts from going through. Even the mayor of Kerrville says he did not receive timely notice.
I individually did not receive a warning in time.
First responder audio obtained by Scripps News and first reported by Texas Public Radio reveals a firefighter asking for alerts to go out on the county's code red system that would have lit up cell phones. It's 4:22 a.m.
We still have water coming up. The Guadalupe Shoemaker sign is now underwater on Highway 39. Is there any way we could send a code red out to our Hunt residents asking them to find higher ground or stay home?
10-4 standby. We have to get that approved with our supervisor.
But there is no evidence of Kerr County sending out any notifications right away, even as the magnitude of the tragedy becomes clear.
I have a lady, she's frantic. She said her children are on top of one of the cabanas and they're trapped.
Scripps News has learned Kerr County leaders twice sought funding to build their own flood warning program. After severe flooding in 2015, Kerr County applied for a FEMA grant to pay for a flood alert system. But the Texas Division of Emergency Management tells Scripps News it blocked the application essentially because of a paperwork issue. Kerr County failed to file a hazard mitigation plan required by federal law to get funding. The county tried again in 2018, but bad timing. That year, money was reserved for counties recovering from Hurricane Harvey's devastation. Over the years, aside from paying for an engineering study that found Kerr's existing warning system to be antiquated and not reliable, commissioners never approved spending any of the county's own funds to install sirens or other life-saving equipment. One commissioner in 2016 saying this whole thing is a little extravagant for Kerr County. As for the federal government, documents obtained by the Scripps News investigative team show FEMA taking steps that downplayed the chance of a flood at Camp Mystic, where 27 campers and counselors died July 4th. Records show FEMA repeatedly approving Camp Mystic's appeals to remove buildings designated on FEMA maps as being in the 100-year flood warning areas. That meant less scrutiny and oversight as Camp Mystic grew. These Google Earth images show dramatic expansion, a bare area at the camp in 2019. A year later, new buildings near Cypress Creek. Camp director Dick Eastland died in the flood. Other camp leaders have not responded to our questions about why they challenged the FEMA flood maps. Scripps News has also confirmed it took 3 days for FEMA to dispatch its own search and rescue teams to help other responders pull survivors to safety. Frustration about that delay reportedly led FEMA's urban search and rescue chief to resign. And as investigations and reviews of the tragedy get underway, an unsettling reality sinks in. Loss of life may have been inevitable with such a fast, powerful flood, but missteps along the way may have made this tragedy far worse.